Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Summer's Child, and the question we all want to know the answer to is, how will Tim and Lucy go back to dating in season 7? First of all, let's talk about some fan theories. Theory the first, Lucy's pregnancy.
I am only 29, my eggs are nowhere near their expiration date.
Lord, give me strength.
If Lucy got pregnant, and Tim is the father of course, he will take full responsibility and serve her and the baby, as he promised, in small doses that she allows.
And I will spend the rest of my life trying to pay it back in whatever small doses you allow.
Yeah, give it to me. I'm worth it.
He will not start dating her for it, but in fact, he'll feel more down on himself for bringing a child into this mess that he created for both of them.
I know I ruined everything.
You don't have to do this.
Yeah, I do.
I take full responsibility.
And how bad would that look for Tim as her sergeant, since he's now effectively in her chain of command after being temporarily kicked out of Metro?
You'd be her baby daddy.
And we already had many unplanned pregnancies on the show. Enough is enough.
And the fact that babies are crime machines who never sleep for more than 3 hours in a row. Don't let any of that dissuade you from the joys of motherhood.
When you put it that way, I mean...
Get me out of here now.
Theory the second, Lucy's dating anyone besides Tim. First of all, this plot has been done with Lucy dating Chris and Tim being jealous, so he gives her the choice by making his feeling about her clear, prompting her to risk their relationship by taking it into the next level.
So we should just keep going the way we have been, right? It's not worth the risk.
Unless it is.
Do you want to break up with that boring dude?
Yes. Yeah.
And second of all, Lucy would never date anyone else, evidenced by all the kindness she showed Tim after the breakup, so he'd know she hasn't let go yet. He noticed all that and vowed to serve her and repay her in any way she would allow him to insert himself back into her life, and she was happy to hear that.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
A face full of regret.
Theory the third, Lucy gets hurt while on an undercover mission, but that will defeat the purpose of the story so far. Tim's hidden fears for Lucy's safety and of losing her to the UC life like he did Isabel made him so tired and bottled up inside to the point where he started lying to himself about it all until the lie detector scene when he thought he was gonna prove how supportive he is, and he failed.
Do you want me to be an undercover detective?
Yes.
Liar.
I guess we really do have a problem.
Lucy can't get severely hurt or lost to the UC life after the breakup. Otherwise, Tim's fears would be a reality. And he'll be like, I knew this would happen, and that'll make him think the breakup was also fine. And he didn't make a huge mistake letting go of this amazing lady.
Hey.
That was really scary.
Yeah, I thought I had a heart attack.
Lucy will have to win every UC case with Tim as her sergeant, proving she's up for the challenge, and he can trust in her and let go of his hang-ups about UC work. And if this doesn't happen, he won't be able to date her again.
If you were good, I'm good.
I'm good.
Good. Gray's waiting for a status update.
But no, hey, lock the door first.
Oh my.
So what's my theory? How will Chenford go back to dating? Well, allow me to explain. I say it'll happen by letting Tim take responsibility for the breakup, fully admitting he was hastily and in the wrong. He punished Lucy when he only intended to punish himself. And why is that important, you ask? Well, because Lucy was supporting him in every time he made a mistake. She was there to tell him it wasn't your fault. For example, what happened to Isabel when Lucy was kidnapped, when Stan the bad cop was harassing Jackson, when he shouldered guilt because of his abusive dad, when Tim was caught lying to Lucy about her being an undercover detective with the Ray situation. In all those times, Lucy told Tim to lighten his load and stop punishing himself as a way of accepting responsibility, but rather to relax and believe it's not his fault. And that's exactly what Tim doesn't need right now. He needs to learn how to accept his mistake. He's not infallible. No one is. He needs to stop being so hard on himself to the point of feeling extreme guilt and the need to punish himself, like staying single while Isabel was lost because he doesn't deserve to be happy before he can save her, caring so much about his back then boo and giving her innocent advice about dating a serial killer, inserting himself to her personal business. So he tried to stop himself from caring or interfering, facing up to Stan and inviting him to fight after he gave Jackson a blue page, cutting all ties with his sister because he failed to protect her when they were children, and she's better off without him. Being upset with himself and refusing to dance with Lucy until the end of the wedding party, punishing himself and denying himself joy, breaking up with Lucy after lying to the men at work he respects and losing his self-respect for it, thus punishing himself and unintentionally Lucy. Tim needs to reinvent himself into a new man who's good, responsible, honorable, and yet can make mistakes and admit to them and fix them with a clear mind without feeling ashamed or being clouded by guilt for committing said mistakes in the first place.
That's it. You know, don't say another word to me. We're done with this conversation. Okay, I'm not mad, but I am upset. I can't undo it, but I can make sure I never do it again.
Proud of you.
I'm thrilled.
It is understandable why Tim feels this way, because he has a job where it's a catastrophe when the sergeant makes a mistake that results in people losing their lives. So he's not in the wrong. He's under a lot of pressure, but he needs to work on himself to better handle all that and not kneel under it.
It was a spectacular failure of leadership. 2 soldiers, 2 decent men didn't come home that night, and I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life.
But also, it all started with his abusive father, who made him feel like he wasn't good enough of a son to stop the bad treatment or the cheating his dad put the family through, let alone the anger and the shaming, which made Tim the hard ass he was in season 1 before meeting Lucy, with a broken boy at heart, yearning for her embrace.
Everything is a test, Officer Chen.
With all due respect, sir, you're a pain in my ass.
The Tim tests, those don't make me like him.
You're nothing like him. Come here. You're nothing like him.
Hopefully therapy will help with that, but also he needs to stop avoiding talking to Lucy and instead have long conversation with her after he admits he was wrong about the breakup and she accepts to take him back, where he can finally open up and use his words instead of bottling everything up and actually forgive himself. I'm Summer's Child. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
How about a real adult conversation, Tim?
There's nothing to talk about.
Hey, can we talk?
Sure.